afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. This whole week feels like a holiday.
I know it does. It really does, especially for somebody who's back from a holiday.
Absolutely.
Are you peeling yet?
I'm fading a little bit.
A little bit? Yeah, you still look pretty good.
It's been a week.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
So that'll happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Topping the news today, egg prices have been on the rise for a while. So what is driving the increase? Reporter Catherine Merck cracks this story open for us.
After a long and storied career in the NFL and the NCAA, J.J. Watt is retiring. We'll hear from a former teammate about what his plans are post-retirement.
And the former Pope, Pope Benedict, is very ill. Pope Francis calls for prayers. Let's take a look outside. It was warm today, but the wind was still kind of biting.
It felt mild, though, didn't it? It felt nice.
And these guys should not be on the ice for much longer.
Well, seize the day while you can.
Mild weather to stay. Greg Barnhart is in the backyard and just a suit coat.
Yeah, it's nice out actually outside with a little breeze, like you said, blowing outside. But temperatures really are about 20 degrees warmer than we had yesterday. So we're above freezing, and that really is not going to change for quite a while. As you see, that's the 24-hour temperature change. So once again, the whole eastern area is kind of rebounded because we have a system coming. So ahead of that system, it's pulling that southerly winds and those warm temperatures. That's kind of showing the highs today and above average for most of the east. Now, we are dealing with some visibility. We could be dealing with some visibility here later. Right now, everything is good, but when you get that warm air over the snowpack, you can develop some fog. Right now, we're not seeing any of that. Further west, right now, there's some spots here and there, but that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as we go through the next 24 hours. The winds are southerly. Unfortunately, it's still coming over some snowpack to the south, so it's not as mild. We're still holding at 39 degrees here, so it's not as mild as we could be. If you look at the bigger picture, there's all the stuff streaming northeast. That was the system that actually pounded the west, an atmospheric river, as they called it, really hit the west pretty hard. You zoom in, there's a few showers, but they're well west of it. Otherwise, we're just seeing southwesterly winds all the way up. Cloud cover continues to push in, and of course, southerly winds ahead of that are pushing our temperature up into about the 40-degree range as we zoom back out. This is a system, it's kind of disorganized, but that's the one that's going to actually bring us our next chance of rain, probably coming tomorrow. But overall, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Impact-wise, I'm going to discuss more of this, especially that we do have that fog potential. I'll break that down, along with our next chance of rain, which looks to hold off until after the new year, a little bit later in the broadcast.
All right, we'll check back with you, Greg. Thank you. Well, it's a necessary item for many people to pick up at the store, but as you scan the aisles, you might want to limit your expectations.
If you've been to the store recently, you've probably noticed that the price of eggs are near record highs.
Our Catherine Merck spent the day learning why you might be paying more for eggs. Catherine?
Mark and Susan, the Bureau of Labor Statistics says through November, egg prices have jumped 49%. That's not adjusted for seasonal swings, but still affecting a lot of families in the Madison area. The two main reasons we're seeing this problem we've told you about before. The president of the Wisconsin Growers Association says this year's deadly avian flu has been reducing poultry flocks, on top of inflation that continues to be a problem for many grocery stores. But that isn't the end of this sort of perfect storm of issues, and it can be different no matter where you shop across the state.
Some stores, depending on who they are supply from, may have, at this point in time, have a good supply, and they can maintain that. Maybe the prices from their suppliers haven't gone up as their production starts to stabilize. And maybe in another part of the state, it hasn't reached that. And maybe in another market, it's gone down even further. So it's really a combination of factors of what drives that price.
As for what consumers can do to try to avoid this, there's not many options for you right now. These problems don't look like they're going away anytime soon. The president of the Grocers Association recommends similar strategies to what people did during the pandemic, being creative with resources available during a time where it can be harder to get these kind of items. Avian flu and inflation are just part of these issues that continue to keep shoppers scrambling for better prices. Tonight at 5, a farm management specialist will share some other factors consumers should keep in their minds on their next trip to the grocery store.
Catherine, we'll see you then. Thank you. Anger and frustration are sky high among travelers who are trying to take a flight anywhere on Southwest Airlines. The winter storm caused thousands of cancellations across airlines, but Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says Southwest's unique inability to recover goes beyond the storm's ripple effects. In his first public comments since the meltdown, Southwest CEO Bob Jordan apologized and blamed the weather for the disruptions.
We're the largest airline in 23 of the top 25 travel markets in the U.S. Cities where large numbers of scheduled flights simultaneously froze as record bitter cold brought challenges for all airlines.
In a statement, Jordan did acknowledge it was time to double down on plans to upgrade its systems for these kinds of circumstances. For people stranded now, here are some tips to help. Most airlines try to rebook on the next available flight, but that doesn't mean they'll check with other carriers. You're entitled to a full refund, including baggage and seat fees, even if you booked a non-refundable ticket. And finally, look for flights that leave in the morning or at night. Those tend to be the most reliable. One of the greatest Badger football players of all time is getting ready to play the final games of his pro career.
J.J. Watt revolutionized his position and took the Wisconsin name to new heights.
Our Andrew Brenster spoke with one of the Badgers teammates who knew him before he took the world by storm. Andrew?
After his freshman year, J.J. Watt left a scholarship at Central Michigan and transferred to his home state to walk on at Wisconsin. He delivered pizzas to pay his way through his first semester, and within a couple of years, he was leading Wisconsin to Rose Bowls and Big Ten titles before going on to win 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in the NFL. I spoke with Brendan Kelly, who was on the defensive line with J.J. Watt at UW. He told me J.J. was special not only because he did everything the right way, because he did it the Wisconsin way.
The Watt family never shied away from competition or hard work, and he brought that to the Badgers, and I think that's really what Wisconsin's about. You know, you look at Milwaukee, you look at Appleton, you look at all these, Green Bay. These are hard-working towns where you got a lot of people that are just blue-collar, and they're gritty, and JJ is the absolute epitome.
The Pewaukee native led by example on the field as one of the best Badgers ever, and off the field, donating millions of dollars to victims of Hurricane Harvey when he played in Houston. Tonight at 6, we'll share more on how J.J. Watt changed the Wisconsin program, the NFL, and the defensive end position.
We will see you at 6, Andrew. Thank you. UW-Madison is taking part in a national research network to evaluate harm reduction services. Harm reduction is an initiative to reducing the harm associated with using drugs through a variety of public health interventions. A key part of the concept is recognizing that all people deserve safety and dignity. Dr. Ryan Westergaard from the UW School of Medicine and Public Health will lead a team of researchers. They'll test the effectiveness of remote intervention tools to offer support, increase education, and to reduce the stigma associated with addiction.
Currently, the overdose epidemic or opioid epidemic is so widespread that it's affecting all communities across the country. So one of the things that we're very interested in is how do we take these services, which are historically concentrated in cities, and make them accessible and available to people around the state or around the country.
The study at UW-Madison is a 10-year partnership with Vivint Health, a Wisconsin nonprofit that provides HIV/AIDS resources. Westergaard and David Seal, a professor at Tulane University, have previously partnered with Vivint Health to identify ways to improve access to harm reduction services in rural communities.
A man who died after he drove into the Yahara River on Christmas Eve was identified today. 45-year-old Jacob C. Clevin of Stoughton died of injuries sustained in the crash, which occurred around 8 o'clock in the morning in the 2500 block of Hammond Road. Clevin was pronounced dead at the scene. Clevin's 2015 Dodge Durango was found in the river, and he was found dead about 100 feet from the vehicle. A preliminary investigation found that he failed to negotiate a snow-covered curve and drove into the water. The Biden administration unveiled new steps today aimed at preventing travelers arriving from China from spreading COVID in the U.S.
Many countries are concerned about the growing number of COVID cases in China, even while Beijing is not acknowledging that there is a surge.
Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
With COVID cases surging in China, the Biden administration announced a new COVID-19 testing requirement for travelers from China. Beginning January 5th, all travelers to the U.S. from China will be required to take a COVID-19 test no more than 2 days before travel and provide a negative test before boarding their flight. Hospitals and funeral homes across China are overwhelmed, just weeks after the government ended its zero COVID policy amid nationwide protests.
There was no preparation. like nobody knew. Like the decision was made on us, but there was no stockpiling of medications.
U.S. officials say China's lack of transparency on key scientific data could hamper efforts to prevent the detection and spread of possibly dangerous variants. Some estimates suggest more than half of the Chinese capital's residents are infected with COVID. Meanwhile, after nearly 3 years of lockdowns, China says it's resuming issuing passports for tourism in early January. That likely paves the way for a boom in travel abroad as China celebrates the Lunar New Year. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Italy, Japan, Taiwan, India, and Malaysia are among countries that have already announced their own new testing requirements on those arriving from China.
Pope Francis is asking for prayers for his predecessor, Pope Benedict, who he says is very ill. The leader of the Catholic Church asked for prayers during his general audience at the Vatican, but didn't share any other information. The 95-year-old Benedict resigned in 2013, a nearly unprecedented move in papal history. At the time, Pope Benedict cited advanced age as the reason for his resignation.
I want to ask you all for a special prayer for Pope Emeritus Benedict, who sustains the Church in his silence. He is very sick. We ask the Lord to console and sustain him in this witness of love for the Church to the very end.
Benedict was the first pontiff to resign in 6 centuries. The last pope to step down before his death was in 1415, when Pope Gregory XII resigned to end a civil war in the church after more than one man claimed to be pope.
The Supreme Court has weighed in on Title 42, the policy that allows border agents to immediately turn away migrants crossing the border in the name of preventing the spread of COVID. The order from Chief Justice John Roberts keeps Title 42 in place for now. The court will hear arguments about the case in February and issue a ruling at a later date. The White House argued Title 42 is a public health measure, not an immigration enforcement measure.
The court is not going to decide until June, apparently, and in the meantime, we have to enforce it. But I think it's overdue.
15 Republican governors sued to keep Title 42 in place, saying the number of migrants at the border would go up if the program ended. More than 2 million immigrants have been expelled since Title 42 was instituted at the start of the pandemic. 5 of the 6 conservative justices sided with Republican-led states that sued to keep the program in place. Justice Neil Gorsuch was the only conservative against the order, saying, quote, "The current border crisis is not a COVID crisis." Well, still to come at 4, the Buffalo blizzard caused a lot of pain and misery.
But there are also a lot of stories of heroism emerging from the storm, and we'll share one when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4. Miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you. Happy New Year! Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. You can meet with an InventHelp representative who'll keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp.
800-550-5543. Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year! Welcome back. The freezing temperatures may make you think of warm fur coats, but in Denmark, they're looking toward a less furry future.
Once the height of Hollywood glamour, mink coats may be heading for the history books. Denmark was the world's top producer of mink pelts before the pandemic, but in 2020, a COVID mutation spread among the otter-like creatures, causing the government to order their mass slaughter and to outlaw mink farming entirely. Until now, Denmark is set to lift its mink farming ban after the new year, but there's no fur frenzy in sight. Eric Vestergaard, who at 62 never thought he'd be reinventing himself, is now a beer brewer.
We will have space for people to taste the beer.
He reinvented himself by starting a microbrewery with his son Martin and friend Tom, and they're being helped by a local government program investing in former mink farmers that were forced out of work during the pandemic. Beer that is forging their fur-free future, one brew at a time.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of fur coats anymore.
No, not anymore.
My mother had a mink stole.
And she had the one with the claws and
the mouth is, yeah.
A different era, different era. Well, presents this week are making their way from under the tree to the return pile.
But what happens to all those gifts that don't fit or unwanted? It's not the island of misfit toys, but an entire warehouse in Shorewood, Illinois is devoted to returns. It's all part of Slybuy.com, an online auction company that also operates a deeply discounted dig store and fixed price warehouse sale. Steve Fitzgerald is CEO. He says companies like his take what retail stores don't want to restock.
A lot of cases, things get returned and there might be box damage or missing screws or missing directions, and retailers really want to protect their customer experience and they want that to be perfect.
Once processed, items in imperfect to pristine condition are up for bid. It's anywhere from 50 to 90% off the regular retail. Everything starts at $1. There's no reserve price, and the market determines what it's worth. This reverse logistics ecosystem, as it's called, is mindful of both planet and pocketbook. It's affordable, and in these times, that's what people need.
Well, no winner emerged in last night's Mega Millions jackpot drawing.
That means ticket buyers have a chance to take home $640 million in Friday's final Mega Millions drawing of 2022. The lottery said the jackpot will be the largest Mega Millions prize ever offered in the final week of the year. The Mega Millions jackpot has topped $600 million just 5 times in its more than 20-year history. That would help, right?
We can dream, yeah.
Stocks extended their downslide as Wall Street closes out a brutal 2022. The Dow Industrials fell 366 points, closing at 32,875. The NASDAQ dropped another 139 points. The S&P 500 gave up 46. Well, a true hero emerged during the deadly blizzard over the Christmas weekend.
A woman found a man outside of her home suffering from frostbite, and she stopped at nothing to make sure that he got the help he needed to survive.
Gary Tugman has the story.
The worst of Mother Nature, bringing out the best of human nature. This is Buffalo resident Shakira Autry on Facebook Live.
I currently have an older 64-year-old white man in my house. I found him yesterday. I heard him screaming for help.
In the midst of Western New York's blizzard, Shakira spotted and heard the man in terrible pain in the frigid cold outside her house on the morning of Christmas Eve. Her boyfriend carried the man inside. That man is Joey White, seen in this picture at a Toronto Blue Jays baseball game.
He got away from his home that he lives in a group home, he told me.
Joey's sister says her brother is mentally challenged and does indeed live in a group home. He works at a movie theater and may have gotten scared during the blizzard and tried to walk home from the theater, getting lost in the heavy snow outside the mother of three's house. Shakira did her best to take care of him, to comfort him, feed him, and pleaded for help with phone calls and on Facebook Live.
This man is not about to die over here on 111. Y'all need to get this man some help.
But her neighborhood was virtually impassable. Christmas Eve became Christmas Day. Joey was in immense pain with severe frostbite on his hands.
Joe? Listen to Joe. How you feeling, Joe? Joe ready to go. He ready to go. He needs to go because he needs medical attention. He had a ring on his finger. I had to use these to cut the ring off of his finger. I'm not no surgeon.
With her 3 children by her side, Shakira tried to comfort Joey.
Joe?
Could be in the green.
Yeah. You feeling better? You trying to feel better? Pardon me? No, you're not gonna die. We're not talking about death. See, this is how you know he needs help.
And that help was about to come. A good Samaritan showing up in a vehicle that could make it through the snow. Joey was on his way to the hospital.
I'm right here, Joe.
And Shakira rode with him.
Jesse, I'm right here. You okay? I love you too, sweetie. You okay?
Joey arrived at the hospital safely.
This man could have died. 64 years old, could have died outside. I wasn't letting that happen on my watch, and he wasn't going to die in front of my kids.
Joey has severe frostbite and is in the ICU in the hospital burn unit. His sister Yvonne telling us it's touch and go whether his hands can be saved. But overall, he's in stable condition. And she is so grateful for Shakira Autry.
This woman did something that an angel would do, okay? To take in a perfectly a stranger. You took him in your home on Christmas Eve.
Joey White's life was saved by a woman who cared deeply about a man she had never met.
Thank you. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Gary Tuckman, CNN, Atlanta.
There are angels among us.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
And how could we ever forget her? Joe is ready to go.
Ready to go.
What a character.
I'm glad you're going to be okay. Well, still to come at 4, 2022 was a very entertaining year, for better or worse.
We'll look back at the top entertainment stories of the year coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Is having its biggest New Year's mattress sale ever. This weekend only. Save over $1,300 instantly on Beauty Rest Select mattresses. Or get 5 years no-interest financing on all Purple and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Happening this weekend only at Ashley.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms.
If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call right now to find out if you qualify.
Call 1-800-336-0524. 1-800-336-0524.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips
sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with power swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Ashley is having its biggest New Year's sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery. This weekend only at Ashley.
Well, take a look at this. Ever had a dance battle with your teacher? Well, these students in Riverview, Florida challenged theirs to a dance-off between exams, and it sent them all screaming. Students went straight into attack mode, but their teacher, Yolanda Turner, brought her A game and showed their 8th graders what's what. Of course, the video went viral.
I love this woman. That is great.
She loves to dance. Yeah. So she's not going to let some 8th grader show her up.
That's fantastic.
Well, you've just wrapped up celebrating Christmas and Boxing Day, and you're anxiously awaiting for New Year's.
Well, you have 3 days until your New Year's diet begins. So grab your favorite chocolate candy and celebrate, because today, December 28th, is National Chocolate Candy Day. Oh. It's grown on cacao trees in Mexico, Central America, and South America, and Americans consume 12 pounds of chocolate each year, and that's just live at 4.
That's right. And right off the tree, those things are very bitter. Those.
Yes. Oh, I'd love to try that. Have you done that on your travels? Oh, that sounds great.
Ooh. But a little chocolate won't hurt.
No, it might melt now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the big puddle out there.
It's going to be kind of a sloppy mess, unfortunately. But New Year's looks actually warm and not uneventful. And I'll break all that down after the break.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Join a clean and spacious Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
It's Steinhaffel's Winter Mattress Sale. Nestle in for a good night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. You'll sleep soundly when you pay only $45 per month with Steinhaffel's 72-month financing. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting you as no other mattress can. The Winter Mattress Sale, only at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Get started on your next project now at Menards. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling bathroom products to fit your style and budget. Like this Sterling Ensemble shower. Its durable, high-gloss finish provides lasting beauty. Save big on Sterling products. Put the finishing touches on your kitchen or bathroom with Moen. Add a modern touch with the matte black mica bath faucet. Get it for only $99.99 now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot, Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
If you just want a slice of pizza, you don't buy the whole pie. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why pay for more than you need? Switch to Consumer Cellular and get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month, plus the same great coverage as leading carriers for half the cost. You'll also receive 100% U.S.-based award-winning support. Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service again. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Join a clean and spacious Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, even with the mild conditions, we still got some road things that you might have to pay attention, at least travel in the meantime. We might have some fog potential coming up with this warm air coming over the snowpack. Still breezy. There's still some drifting. Even with the winds right now and the temperatures, you drift that over the road, you can get slush. So that's something to keep, especially in the rural areas, higher elevations. And above freezing, melting, so obviously we'll have a lot of that, a lot of slush going on in areas that haven't been shoveled. So still be cautious when you're out there. With this warm temperatures, you can get that. Overall, the one thing to note is we mentioned the snow depth. It actually goes all the way down to Iowa, even Illinois. So unfortunately, with this wind coming over the snowpack, even from the south, it isn't as warm as it should be in this case. So that's why we're only seeing about 39, 40. But over time, this is going to start eating away at that snowpack, which isn't much in Iowa. So our temperatures will continue to warm. Southerly winds right now, we do have a system coming through. That's going to take up time. But you see, as it comes through tomorrow, it's not going to provide much in the way of some showers here. Here, eventually, it comes through Iowa. We'll see a few showers and kind of a weak front that comes through by Friday morning. That'll kind of clear us out, cool us down, but once again, cool down, we're going to go back to freezing. So it's not really much of anything. A few showers. The biggest thing with this would be the potential maybe for some fog with it just because of the warm temperatures. Tonight, the temperatures are actually going to stay probably steady in the mid to upper 30s. We're not going to see them drop at all. And even tomorrow, we'll be in the 40s. And unfortunately, these temperatures through the afternoon hour are going to continue to rise. And there's a few showers you see pop up. It could be areas of drizzle more than a shower, something to keep in mind of. Our temperatures continue to rise. Our high temperature could be the afternoon, or our temperature actually continues to rise towards midnight. We may still be in the upper 40s by the time we get to midnight. Fog potential, this gives you a general idea. This is one idea what we could see, some fog. These are visibility. Tomorrow, we're going to see more of this develop tonight. And the thing to notice is once you get towards southeastern Wisconsin, more Chicago area, you can start seeing this expansion of maybe low visibility just because of the snowpack, if the warm temperatures. Something to keep in mind of through the next 24 hours, we could have some fog, some drop in visibilities as you're out and about. Once again, something to keep in mind of. Precipitation, we're not expecting much here going the next few days. That system really stays to the south. We maybe have a little bit of something coming through Saturday evening. That'd be New Year's Eve. That doesn't look to be something real impressive. You can see just some barely amounts there coming through. It looks like the best next chance of rain doesn't come till we get till Monday, Tuesday. The good news with this one, at least if you're not a snow lover, we're going to stay on the warm side of this one, it looks like. So it's probably going to be an all-day rain thing. So if you look at the 10-day, there really is no cold temperatures. Even when we get past to next week, we're still in the mid to upper 30s, which is above average. Our average should be 29. So rain chances, probably Monday, Tuesday is the best opportunity for rain. Otherwise, we'll have to watch for the fog the next day. But even long range, we're not looking at any significant cold air really through probably the middle of January right now at least. So this pattern is going to stay like this. So I don't think we'll have much of the snow left eventually down the road.
And normally this is the coldest time of the year.
We're 2 degrees from bottoming out. I think 1 month will be 27 and then we start climbing up. And there's always two people in the middle of the weather world. We cheer when the average starts going up or when it goes down.
Yeah, that's right. That's
so
true.
I'm the one that likes the summer when you start seeing it drop and other people don't.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well.
Make sure you have windshield wiper fluid.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of that on the next day. Exactly.
All right, thawed a little bit. Well, as the entertainment industry continues to emerge from the COVID pandemic, several events received major attention, from a high-profile court trial to a slap seen around the world.
Danya Backus takes a look back at some of the year's top entertainment stories.
Actor Will Smith is expelled from the Motion Picture Academy for 10 years after he slapped Chris Rock during the Oscars. The attack came after Rock made a joke about Smith's wife. Minutes later, Smith won the Oscar for Best Actor. Streaming services ruled the Oscars. Apple TV's Coda was named Best Picture. Jane Campion won Best Director for Netflix's The Power of the Dog. At the Emmys, HBO's The White Lotus won 10 awards. In Los Angeles, the Super Bowl halftime show paid homage to hip-hop and rap for the first time, led by hometown entertainers Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Long-running daytime talk shows Ellen and Wendy aired their final episodes in 2022. Ellen DeGeneres said her show no longer challenged her, and Wendy Williams' show was canceled after the host encountered health issues. Actor Bruce Willis retired after he was diagnosed with aphasia, a neurological condition that affects speech. Amy Schneider won Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions after a 40-game winning streak during the regular season. She became the most successful female and trans contestant, winning $1.6 million. Former married actors Johnny Depp and Amber Heard sued each other for defamation in a Virginia court. Both also accused the other of abuse. After a weeks-long trial, Depp prevailed, winning $15 million in damages. Top Gun Maverick made $1.4 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing film of the year. Jon Batiste won 5 Grammys, and Olivia Rodrigo was named Best New Artist when the Grammy Awards show originated from Las Vegas for the first time. Taylor Swift made history by claiming all top 10 spots in the Billboard Top 100 list. Swift's single, Anti-Hero, led the string of hits from her October 2022 album, Midnights. And fans mourn the loss of some beloved celebrities in 2022. Country superstar Naomi Judd died of suicide just a day before she was to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame with her daughter Winona. The two were also scheduled to launch a farewell tour. Bob Saget was found dead in an Orlando, Florida hotel room after performing a show. The medical examiner said the 65-year-old comedian died of blunt head trauma, but no foul play was involved. The Foo Fighters' Taylor Hawkins died in Bogota, Colombia. No cause of death was released.
You think of yourself as a colored man. I think of myself as a man.
And Sir Sidney Poitier, a film icon and the first black actor to win an Academy Award, died at the age of 94. Those are some of the year's top entertainment stories. Danya Backus, CBS News.
And tomorrow we'll have the people who we lost, all of the people who lost in 2022.
That one always gets me. It's always incredible, the number of people we lose in a year.
All right, coming up next here on Live at 4, we give you a preview of the Kennedy Center Honors airing tonight right here on CBS.
And then coming up next hour at 5, last year the State Department of Justice wrapped up a review of sexual assault cases in the Wisconsin National Guard. Investigators ultimately determined no criminal charges could be filed, but changes are needed to prevent future problems. Our Will Keneally will tell us more at 5.
Ashley is having its biggest New Year's mattress sale ever. This weekend only. Save over $1,300 instantly on Beauty Rest Select mattresses. Or get 5 years no-interest financing on all Purple and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Happening this weekend only at Ashley.
Attention mothers, did you take Tylenol or other acetaminophen pain-relieving products while pregnant? Recent evidence suggests children whose mothers took Tylenol while pregnant may be more likely to develop autism. Other acetaminophen products at risk include Excedrin, NyQuil, Dayquil, and other store-brand pain relievers. Children with autism have a hard time interacting with others. Those on the spectrum usually begin exhibiting social symptoms by the time they're 8 to 10 months old. Call now for a free confidential consultation.
Please call 800-379-7867.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sonobello changed my life.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-803-2714 or go to sonobello.com.
New year, new you? Join Anytime Fitness and get 30 days free. Get more out of your membership than just machines. Because here, you can lift your weights and lift your mood. Now through January 31st, get 30 days free at Anytime Fitness. Hurry in now.
Waiting. Sometimes it's just inevitable. But if you're over 50 or live with a chronic condition, untreated COVID could be deadly. Got COVID symptoms? Get tested and get treated right away. It can't wait.
Ashley is having its biggest New Year's sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery. This weekend only at Ashley.
New at 5, egg prices have gone up dramatically. News 3 Now asks local grocery stores what's behind the surge and how it's affecting consumers.
A Midwestern heat wave, at least for many of us, as we're going to see temperatures into the 40s and 50s for many areas heading into our Thursday. We'll talk about these impacts coming up tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, a Badger legend retires from the NFL. News 3 Now shares J.J. Watt's legacy on and off the field. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Saranac Lake. That's in upstate New York.
It is a winter wonderland up there.
Is it close to Buffalo?
Yes, it is.
29 degrees. Looks like they're still digging out. Well, tonight the stars will be out in the nation's capital.
The 45th Kennedy Center Honors will look back at the legacy of the biggest entertainment artists in the world.
Skylar Henry is in Washington with a look at the glamorous evening of performances and tributes.
And we're thrilled to welcome the 45th class of Kennedy Center honorees.
The 45th Kennedy Center Honors is back in full swing as stars of the stage and screen are being recognized for decades of work that's shaped American culture.
Tonight we have more stars, I think, in this show than we've ever had before.
It was a packed house of celebrities, artists, and even politicians, including the president and first lady. The 8 honorees, actor, director, and human rights activist George Clooney. All 4 members of the globally admired rock band U2, Christian music superstar Amy Grant, composer Tanya León, and Grammy Award-winning legend Gladys Knight. Academy Award winner Ariana DeBose brought the house down, singing one of the Empress of Soul's biggest hits.
Let's look at this guy. There he is.
Some of Hollywood's biggest names shared memories and turned the jokes on the famous prankster. But it was what Clooney's father said that nearly brought the actor to tears.
I said, well, let's grab my parents and fly them up and they can come. So I had no idea he was in on the game.
Honoree Amy Grant said she felt the love.
Completely surrounded by love. Yeah. That's how I felt. It was so amazing.
Cuban-American composer Tanya León, who is coincidentally working on a new project for the Kennedy Center, thought the call announcing her honor was about the production.
Deborah Roger, the president of Kennedy Center, told me what the whole thing was like. I had to sit down.
And the biggest rock performances capped the night for U2.
It has a slightly different resonance than other awards. It's very particular to the United States, so we're very proud and pleased and honoured to have received the award.
Are we the first Irish?
We are the only Irish artists.
The band, together for nearly 50 years, says this honour is distinct from any other they've received. Skylar Henry, CBS News, from the Kennedy Center.
And there are more surprise guests and big performances all night long.
Check out the 45th Annual Kennedy Center Honors right here on CBS. The show starts tonight at 7.
Well, do you make New Year's resolutions every year only to have them fall by the wayside by mid-January?
We'll get some advice on how to follow through on your intentions from our happiness expert. UW-Madison Professor Christine Whelan will join us when Live at 4 continues.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is having its biggest New Year's appliance sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to $700 on Frigidaire packages. Washer and dryer pairs start at $10.99. Over-the-range microwaves start at just $2.29. At Furniture and Appliance Mart, inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. Now, the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Bruck's Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brucksnightguard.com and order yours today.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Ashley is having its biggest New Year's sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery. This weekend only at Ashley.
Overall, traffic's looking pretty good. Obviously, it's a kind of a weekday where it's not that going to have too much traffic with everyone off school and work sometimes, but we have no instance to speak of. We zoom into the Beltline right now, we're looking pretty good. Just some normal slowdowns that would be expected. Overall, if we zoom back over to Mount Horeb, once again, things look good. All the 151, you go up north, no issues to the interstate to the Dells area, and then to the south to Janesville, we're all looking good. Once again, even with the warm temperatures, you got some wind that could cause some drifting. That could turn into slush too, so something to keep in mind of, along with the incoming fog as you head out tonight and tomorrow morning, you guys.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Hurling flour and eggs, dozens of revelers known as elefantes, or those covered in flour, took over the small Spanish town of Ibi today as part of a 200-year-old festival marking Holy Innocents' Day every December 28th. Dressed in assorted military garb and wearing sashes, they stage a mock messy coup in the town of just over 23,000 people in the eastern region of Valencia. They go through 10,000 eggs and 1,300 pounds of flour in the fighting that ensues.
Not with those egg prices.
Well, they must be cheaper over there.
Yeah, I guess so.
What is it with Valencia? They do the tomato fights.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, that's right. A lot of waste over there.
All right. Well, we are 3 days away from celebrating the start of a brand new year.
Do you wait for a new year to begin to set your goals? Well, the time is here to set your New Year's resolutions.
Here to guide us is UW-Madison professor Christine Whelan. Happy New Year. You're dressed for the part?
Absolutely. I'm ready to sparkle.
Yes,
it's the new year.
Yes.
So why don't New Year's resolutions work?
All right, so I'm just going to hazard a guess that we may have overindulged over the last couple days. A lot of people do toward the end of the year, right? We have lots of holiday parties, and then we say, okay, after the new year, we're going to start fresh. We're going to clean up our act. But we sort of almost see our resolutions as a punishment, as a negative on us. We had the fun, now we've got to be serious. This is step one of why they don't work, because who wants to do that, right? So the idea that we have willpower and we just have to try harder and exert willpower, it's nice because we think that we have control. The research just doesn't bear that out. It turns out that actually when we want to do something, when we think it's fun, when it comes from a place of gratitude and love and joy, we actually want to do it more and we're more likely to follow through.
Well, speaking of your research, you've actually done research that shows when you come from a place of gratitude, you actually make better decisions.
Yeah, so there's research done by lots of people over the last decade or so that shows that actually when you are grateful, and grateful for all sorts of reasons, when you just have that sort of attitude of gratitude about you, then when presented with a hard choice, you're actually going to make the better one, the nicer one, the kinder one, but also the one that actually might be better for you in terms of, oh, say, following through on a resolution. So if you have these things that you want to do, actually being grateful for all the things that you have, trying to approach life from an attitude of gratitude rather than punishment for the fun you just had, that might be a really research-based step to actually follow through.
So things like what?
Well, let's see. Do we want to lose a couple pounds? Do we want to get to the gym? I saw an ad for Anytime Fitness that actually suggested that not only are you going to get in shape, but that you're going to have fun too, that you could do it with friends and other people. Those are sort of some of the things that we want to do, right? So we want to lose weight, we want to get in shape, we want to be more organized, we want to be more focused. We buy pretty planners, right? Or at least I do, right? And then I try to plan out my whole year as if it looks pretty, that it'll actually happen, right? Those are very common New Year's resolutions. But what about thinking about how we could do things together? As a family, thinking about the things that bring us joy. How can we get more joy into our lives? So again, rather than punitive resolutions, what about maybe more value-based and purposeful and joyful resolutions?
Yeah, like, do you make a purpose statement?
I do. So I am the purpose girl these days. And so there's a 2023 purpose statement that I put up on my website on ChristineWhelan.com. And it's a kind of fill in the blanks exercise where what you do is you figure out your values. What are your core values? What are your gifts? And what are the people or the groups that you want to positively impact? What are the lessons you learned from the last year? And how can you make really kind of purpose-based commitments to doing what you want to do, what brings you joy, what's in keeping with your values in the new year? So rather than that list of things that you may or may not follow through by February, thinking about values, thinking about purpose and joy, gratitude. These are maybe better ways forward.
What's the website again?
ChristineWhelan.com.
ChristineWhelan.com.
Very downloaded.
Right up on my website. It's free. Free download, available for everybody.
Happy New Year.
Sparkle on.
Thank you so much.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
Only a wise and lucky few understand the amazing benefits of real sauna bathing. Leisure Concepts has Finnish and infrared saunas that set up in a flash and will get you through winter happy and healthy. Now watch closely to see my favorite part of sauna bathing. Get to Leisure Concepts on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. You can meet with an InventHelp representative who'll keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp.
800-550-5543. Need to know what the traffic is like before you hit the road? Get the Channel 3000 app now, and I'll tell you where the trouble spots are and how to get around them.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
I started saying one call, that's all, well over 20 years ago. Now everywhere I go, people say those words back to me. I'm grateful for that because it makes me feel part of something more important than just a law firm. Thank you for trusting us and for being our community.
New at 5, egg prices are skyrocketing. News 3 Now finds out what's behind the extra cost of your dozen, and
a slate of bills related to sexual misconduct in the National Guard are on the docket for next session. We'll have more on what they do.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Mild conditions are here to stay. 30s, 40s tomorrow, breezy conditions today, and the fog. Something to keep in mind with some drizzle through tomorrow night if you're out and about, but it's definitely going to be mild for at least through New Year's.
All right, Greg, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor has the latest medical news, and he takes your calls.
And from a queen to actors to athletes, we'll take a look back at the people we lost in the past year as we close out 2022. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
In today's Final Touch, a trapped dog is rescued from a snowy cliff.
She is safe thanks to 2 brave rescuers. A dog was trapped on a snowy mountain cliff in Utah. The dog, Nala, reportedly became separated from her owner on a hike and had to spend the night on the frigid mountainside. With an aerial drone to help them, the climb team located Nala and hiked up to her. They then played a patient waiting game with the understandably frightened dog. The sheriff's department said ultimately it may have been the buzzing drone that spooked Nala into cooperating. Rescuers were able to seal the deal with, you guessed it, some tasty treats. And soon the 3 hiking back down to safety. Nala is now back home with her family. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.